Hello and welcome to today's video. I did say earlier on in the week the next video would be in Howard's back garden. So here we are. You might think it's looking absolutely fine, but to me it's looking an absolute disgrace. So what we're going to do today is we're going to really put it through its paces, and we're going to get the Allett Sterling out and really go to town with the scarifying and verticutting attachment. There's no holding back here. We can do whatever we want. So we'll give it a go and just see what we can get out. So let's go and kick some proverbial grass. Okay, so before we can start the verticutting and scarifying process, first of all we need to reduce the length of the existing lawn. So I'm going to do this by cutting it on number 2 with the Harrier 48 Pro, and what this will do is it will just reduce the stress on the verticutting attachment, which means we'll get longer battery life. Okay, so that's a double pass with the Harrier on number 2, so we're still quite long. So you can see that I've just let it get away from me a little bit, but just weather and just school holidays, just a few other things. I had a bit of a takeaway the other week and gave me a bit of food poisoning, so I just not felt great for a few weeks, and it knocked me off my kilter a little bit. So I'm back on it now. I just said to my friend Josh the other day, I was wandering in the dark like John Coffey in Green Mile, and that's what I felt like. But some good weather, started some new vitamin tablets, and they've really given me spring back in my step. Got them off Instagram. Michael Owen was advertising them, called the Oxford something or other, and there's 4 in a pack. You get 4-pack, day, night, radiant and elixir, and I've been taking them for a week and I feel a lot better. So we're back on it now. We're full steam ahead. So let's get closer in on the lawn. I don't know if you can see it because of the sun, but it's quite brown. So what we're going to be doing today is getting all this out, or as much as we can of it out, and that's why I just want to really go to town with it, because we know it'll come back. We're at optimum growing now, a lot of moisture around, a lot of heat, so the grass will come back. So what I'm going to do is first go through with the verticutter, and this will open it up so it takes the stress away from the scarifying attachment, and in doing that we get longer out of our battery because the scarifying attachment isn't having to work as hard. So we'll do that, a couple of passes with the verticutter, and I'm going to go really deep with it, and then we'll do a couple of passes with the scarifier, and then you can see how long it is. Look how the feet are still there, you know, they should come back, and it's not drought that's causing that, it's just the length of the grass. So we'll get them 4 passes done, and then just go on with the normal feeds, good water, and then that's it. Going forward for the rest of the year, we'll be in a good position. So let's go and set the Sterling up, do what we need to do, and we'll crack on. Okay, so I'm on the bottom there, lined up with the 10 on the right hand side. I've just done a little pass there, and that's what we've pulled out already, so this is going to be good. Just done those 2 passes, and that's all we've got. So I've brought the bin over, so I've got instant access to the bin, save some time. So let's crack on. Okay, so that's 2 passes, and I must say that machine is a beast. It's more effective than Ye Old Faithful because there's more tines and we can get more or less just as deep. It is really the future, I think. Could be. I still love Ye Old Faithful, but for some jobs like this will do. Obviously the battery would decline. I start with a full battery, and just those passes I'm left with 2, so it is quite aggressive on the battery, but that's just to be expected. Hopefully now when we're going with the scarifying attachment, which I have there, it will be less aggressive. It'll pick up, and that's another reason why I do it, the verticutting and then the scarifying. The verticutting is not, it picks up, but it's not great at picking everything up, whereas the scarifying attachment picks everything up. So verticutter, then scarify, so we get the scarification as well, the extra scarification, pulling out what the verticutter doesn't, plus it picks up what the verticutter doesn't pick up, so we get a good coverage. And then we're going to go on with the cylinder. Hopefully I'm going to try and get it all done without charging the battery, so we'll see. So let's crack on because time is pressing. But see how freer it looks now, and we've taken out a bin full. I've had to bring another bin round, second bin. So that's means we've got a lot of stuff out. I don't normally take that amount of stuff out when we're doing the job in the spring after the winter. So absolutely amazing. Okay, this is the bin with the scarifying bits in. So you can see it's a mixture of brown and green. Really long bits. I just don't know where all this has come from, honestly. I just don't. Ridiculous. And then this is from all the verticutting. This one's more full. It's actually compacted this down. But very similar stuff, but more of it. It's just, I just can't believe it. But imagine how much better that feels. So if we have a closer look now. Before it was very matted. Whereas now it's a lot freer, you see. Looks a lot better, doesn't it? So what we'll do is now, we'll get the, I've only got 1 bar of battery left, so I'm not sure there's enough to cut this with that. So I'm just going to go on with the rotary, because there's a little bit of stuff just needs picking up. Just some bits that fell off the roller, which didn't get picked up with the Scarify because they fell off after it had been passed, if you know what I mean. And then we can get the products on. Okay, so I'm just going over the lawn once more with the Hater 48. Still on number 2, even though I cut earlier on number 2 and I'm now cutting again on number 2. Because we've removed all that thatch, there's less resistance for the mower, so it's going to sink that extra little bit, so we don't need to adjust the height. If we did and dropped it down to 1, it would be absolute carnage and we'd just scalp it, which is not what the aim of today was. It was to reduce the thatch, not to reset the lawn. Okay, so that's the granules on. You just see it's still a bit brown. We've done quite a bit work to it, but it's going to come back. That's a great thing. So you have the confidence to do this and it will come back. But you've got to get the feeds in, obviously, but if you didn't, it'd just rely on sunlight, which is few and far between. You're not going to get days like this for much longer, I can tell you that. So we'll get the feeds on. Well, the equilibrium's already on. I'm just waiting for my bottle to fill with water so I can get on with my regular offenders. I'll tell you about that in a sec. But let's just take a note of this lawn, and then when we come back, we'll have a bit of a recap and we can see the difference in a couple of weeks. Liquids, we've got Dan Summer Secret, Orbit, Slow Grow, Grace, Stella, and H2Go wetting agent. Okay, so that's all the products on. I'm just watering them in now. No rain due here now for the next 5 or 6 days. So the forecast says, well, that doesn't mean anything. So I'll get the process underway, get this fertiliser, granular fertiliser, starting to break that down and get the liquids washed in a couple of weeks. We should be back to where we normally are at this time of year, which is looking pretty good. So remember in my last video I said we had some exciting news to come from this job, and that is that next spring we're going to be putting in a flag all the way around the edge just to give me somewhere to turn. But not only that, we're a bit low there, and we have been since they built the bar area, so we're going to build that up. But in order to do that, we're going to just take the whole lawn up and extend the lawn out into the patio over there. So there's going to be a bit of jigging about, because all the root zone that we dig out from over here is going to fill in the hole we create over here, and the flags that we dig up from over there are going to be cut to size and put all the way around. And we've worked it out that if we cut them into thirds, the big ones into thirds, so they are 30 centimetres in width all the way around, we should just have enough. I think we're too short there, but we've got some spare around the back, so that's great news. So we're going to get those professionally cut just so they're spot on, or if the company we use won't do it because we're not buying it from them, we're just going to hire a table saw and do it ourselves properly, rather than using an angle grinder, because you just end up not being as straight. Just because it's a nice tile, we want to make sure that's absolutely spot on. So as far as the lawn goes, I'm just going to cut as normal with the cylinder next time I come. There's no point in doing all this work and then sitting down for 2 weeks and then let it grow to 6 inches and go, oh, it looks lovely, and then come out and cut it, and then we're back to this again. So we'll just keep cutting. That's the most important thing we're going to do. Keep cutting, keep watering if you need. And at this time of the year, if you've got any wetter areas that don't need watering, don't water them for watering sake. So this time of year you're going to do more damage than good, because it's not going to dry out, because the sun's getting lower and lower, so we're not getting that same drying out time that we normally would in the height of the summer. So I'm not watering over there now. I've done what I need to do, but here we're in the sun a bit more, so I'm going to give this a bit more water, but over there not so much. So what we'll do is now we will say our fond farewells, and we'll see you next time here on Daniel Hibbert Lawn Expert, when we'll be doing something else lawn related. Bye for now. Oh, and don't forget the discount code that's in the video description runs out August 31st, so make sure you grab a bargain. I'm going this time.